This is Dissident Right Media. Today is the 29th of February 2020. This is an article from the Irish Times. Jump in young Irish adults living with parents among the highest in EU. The number of Irish people aged 25 to 29 living with their parents grew at one of the highest rates in Europe between 2007 and 2017, a new report has shown. The report by EU agency Eurofound show the rate of people at this age bracket increased 11.2 percentage points to 47.2%. This compares with a 2% increase across the EU over the last period. It comes as builders here warn that state efforts to bolster social housing, along with activity by investment funds, we should call them vultures, threaten to squeeze out first-time buyers. Researchers at the EU agency, which is charged with monitoring working and living conditions, found that, quote, for those aged 25 to 29, the largest increase were in Luxembourg, Ireland and Romania, unquote. The agency said that across Europe, many young adults had been forced to move home after the recession, comprising a so-called, quote, boomerang generation, unquote. Quote, this happened because young people just entering the labour market were often the first ones to lose their jobs as redundancies were introduced, unquote, the report states. Eurofound examined trends in young adults living at home as part of a wider study into household compositions and well-being. It found that in general, subjective well-being was worse among young adults living with their parents than those living independently, especially among the over 25s. I'm not surprised at that, in all honesty. You know, being back home with your parents at that age and having no independence and basically being dependent on them providing a roof over your head can be quite demoralising. The agency compared the 2007-2017 period as it was the fullest data set available to researchers. Provisional data from Ireland for 2018 suggests the overall figure may be declining. However, as not all countries have reported 2018 data and the Irish figure is provisional, Eurofound said the 2007-2017 period offered more complete data and a more valid analysis. Even if that reduction is borne out, the statistics show that Ireland is firmly among a group of southern and eastern European countries that show high levels of younger people still living with their parents. The first figures are more comparable to the likes of Lithuania, the Czech Republic, Romania and Latvia. Near neighbours show lower levels of young people living with parents, such as France, 22.3%, and the UK, 24.9%. Wealthy Nordic countries exhibit the lowest levels, Norway at 8.4%, Finland at 6.9%, and Denmark at 6.3%. Meanwhile, the Construction Industry Federation said that only around 8,000 of 21,000 homes completed last year were brought to the market. Of the remaining 13,000 homes built, 5,068 were one-off dwellings, which are generally built by their owners and not offered for sale, while a further 4,392 were acquired or leased by the state for use as social housing. Investment funds, the vultures, but 95% of the 3,644 apartments completed here last year. The Federation said the 386,000 average cost of a home in Dublin is now beyond most would-be first-time buyers. And that's basically excluding working class people as well as the middle class. So both classes have been affected by this. It argued that a young couple with a combined income of 94,000 would still be unable to get a mortgage that would allow them to buy a home at that price. I'm posting a link to the full text of the article in the description below. It's interesting to note that there was no mention of the pressure put on public as well as private housing by mass immigration. But of course we're dealing with the Irish Times here, so no surprises there. Okay lads, until next time, take care and God bless.